Ladies and gentlemen, unfolding before you a few very nostalgic and close to heart moments of love to our dearest headmistress, Reverend Sister Rose Keelath. Our journey unfolds its nostalgic moments in a little town called Ramapuram, where Blessed Father Kunjachan is laid to rest. We, the Marians, are very proud to have one of our very own from this blessed and prominent land, our very dear Reverend Headmistress, Reverend Sister Rose Keelath. Born on 28 May 1956 in the Keelath family of the Pala Diocese to Mr. Matthews Keelath and Mrs. Maria Kuti Matthew, she was christened Rosama Matthew after her grandmother, late Mrs. Rosama Joseph, but fondly called Sosa by her late grandfather, Mr. K. A. Joseph, a legendary freedom fighter. She was the second to bloom in a bunch of 7 flowers. The children were very fortunate to be guided and trained by the grandparents. In fact, Sister Rose's first tutor was her grandmother, who taught her for 1 whole year to read and write, after which she was put in school. Her parents were very simple, religious, influenced her lifestyle. The parish priest, Reverend Father Kurian Mandot, of the Diocese of Pala, shares his association with the Keelath family.
സിസ്റ്റർ റോസമ്മ കീലത്തുമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് വളരെ കാലത്തെ പരിചയമുണ്ട്. ചെറുപ്പത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഞാൻ ആ സിസ്റ്ററിനെ അറിയുമായിരുന്നു. പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും ആ കീലത്തെ കുടുംബവുമായിട്ടുള്ള ആ ബന്ധമാണ് ഓരോരുത്തരെയും എനിക്ക് പരിചയപ്പെടാൻ കാരണമാക്കിയത്. സിസ്റ്ററിൻ്റെ പിതാവ് മുത്തച്ഛനും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അനുജന് ജോസച്ചന് പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും എൻ്റെ സഹപാഠികളായിരുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ കുടുംബത്തെ എനിക്ക് കൂടുതൽ നേരത്തെ അറിയാം. ഇപ്പോൾ റിട്ടയർ ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നറിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് അത്ഭുതം തോന്നി. സിസ്റ്ററിൻ്റെ ഭാവി ജീവിതം എല്ലാ തരത്തിലും മംഗളകരമായി തീരട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുകയും പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇനിയും ധാരാളം നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാൻ സിസ്റ്ററിനെ ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
The spiritual simplicity of her parents is what has turned her to be what she is today. A family ordained and blessed by the Holy Spirit, with 2 uncles being diocesan priests and 2 aunts religious, one our very own Canossian, Reverend Sister Rosemary Keelath. Later, Sister Rose's own sister, Sister Grace Keelath, followed her footsteps and joined the Canossians. The firm and deep-rooted faith she inherited from her family sprouted the first seeds to become a missionary. Her father, Mr. Matthews Keelath, is full of emotions and pride when he speaks about his Rosama.
സിസ്റ്റർ റോസിനെ പറ്റി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എപ്പോഴും നല്ല അഭിമാനം തോന്നുകയാണ്. ചെറുപ്പത്തിൽ തന്നെ നല്ല സ്വഭാവവും പഠിക്കാനുള്ള കഴിവും എല്ലാം നന്നായിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആരെയും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടിക്കാതെ അനുദിന കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ചെറുപ്പത്തിൽ തന്നെ സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് നടത്താനും അതുപോലെ ഇളയ കുട്ടികളെയൊക്കെ നോക്കാനും അന്വേഷിക്കാനും വളർത്താനും ഒക്കെ ഒരു പ്രത്യേക കഴിവുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതൊക്കെ അവളുടെ അമ്മച്ചിക്കും വലിയ അഭിമാനത്തോടുകൂടി ഓർക്കാവുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. ചിലപ്പോഴൊക്കെ അതും അതിനെപ്പറ്റിയൊക്കെ സംസാരിക്കാറുണ്ട്, പറയാറുണ്ട്. റോസ് മിക്കവാറും പല കൊല്ലങ്ങളിലും സ്കൂളിൽ 1ാം റാങ്ക് വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിനൊക്കെ സമ്മാനവും വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളതായിട്ട് ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം യൂത്ത് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഓഫ് രാമപുരം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സംഘടനയുടെ ഒരു സ്വർണ്ണ മെഡൽ കിട്ടിയതായിട്ട് ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അവരുടെ പൊതുയോഗത്തിലൊക്കെ വെച്ച് ഇവിടെ അഭിനന്ദിക്കുകയും അഭിനന്ദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് കുട്ടികളും അധ്യാപകരും ഒക്കെ സംസാരിക്കുകയും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളതായിട്ട് ഞാനിപ്പോഴും ഓർക്കുന്നു. എനിക്കതൊക്കെ വളരെ അഭിമാനകരമായ കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. മൂത്ത പെൺകുട്ടി എന്നുള്ള നിലയിൽ എല്ലാവർക്കും അഭിമാനകരമായിട്ട്, എല്ലാവർക്കും മാതൃകാപരമായിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം ചെയ്യുകയും അവരെയൊക്കെ നയിക്കുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളത് എനിക്ക് എപ്പോഴും വിസ്മരിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്.
അങ്ങനെ എല്ലായിട്ടും എൻ്റെ സഹായത്തിന് എപ്പോഴും കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അസുഖം വരുമ്പോഴും അല്ലാത്തപ്പോഴൊക്കെ പിന്നെ അവിടെ തന്നെ ഇരുത്തിച്ച് മരുന്ന് മേടിക്കാനൊക്കെ പോകുമ്പോൾ ബാക്കി പിള്ളേരെ നോക്കി ഇരുന്നോളുമായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ അത്ര ചെയ്യാൻ എല്ലാത്തിനും ഒരു മടിയില്ലായിരുന്നു.
School life was a very happy experience, for Sister Rose always stood first in school. Her UP section teacher, Sister Sebastiana, remembers her student with pride.
ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ UP ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പഠിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നൊരു കുട്ടിയാണ് റോസ് കീലത്ത്. 5, 6, 7 ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. വളരെ ശാന്തപ്രകൃതിയായ ഒരു കുട്ടി, നന്നായിട്ട് പഠിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കുട്ടി. അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാവർക്കും പ്രിയങ്കരിയായ ഒരു കുട്ടിയായിരുന്നു സിസ്റ്റർ റോസ്.
A decade is all it took for the transformation. She was charged with the Spirit of the Lord. The autobiography of Saint Teresa of Child Jesus was a great source of inspiration to her. She tried imitating Saint Teresa in practicing virtues. She became a zealous member of the Mission League and owes a lot to the sisters of a school, Sacred Heart Convent Girls High School, in changing and developing her personality in every way. Her then headmistress, Reverend Sister Maria Goretti, who is 92 years old now, who is also a former student of St. Alfonsa, has only a faint memory of her beloved student, Rosamma.
Sister Maria Goretti, SH Girls High School, Ramapuram, headmistress ആയിരുന്നു സിസ്റ്റർ റോസ് കീലത്തിൻ്റെ. സിസ്റ്റർ റോസ് കീലത്ത് രാമപുരം SH ഗേൾസ് ഹൈസ്കൂളിലെ നല്ല ഒരു ശാന്ത സ്വഭാവമുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയായിരുന്നു. സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ ഒരു അഭിമാനമായിരുന്നു അവൾ. ഞാൻ അന്ന് സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ ഹെഡ്മിസ്ട്രസ് ആയിരുന്നു.
On 8th January 1978, Rosamma Matthew offered herself to the Lord in the spirit of Jesus crucified, in the footsteps of Saint Magdalene of Canossa, with freshness of thought and uninhibited enthusiasm to become Sister Rose Keelath. On March 1st, 1979, she entered the novitiate, which was not just another birthplace, but a fountainhead of spiritual revolution. It was in May 1984 that she was transplanted to St. Mary's as a chemistry teacher, where she still continues to bloom. 2 ex-students of St. Mary's, Ms. Namrata and Ms. Arshia, share their love for their beloved teacher.
The 3 things that come to my mind when Sister Rose's name is mentioned is, one, of course, nobody can miss about her is her smile. Her sweetest style is smile. She taught us chemistry, but she had more far-reaching effect on each one of us I think because the first thing that we saw when we entered the school was her smile. And I remember distinctly once when I was studying in 7th standard and we played Holi, and we were of course not allowed to play Holi and we were punished. But I mean, the minute we saw Sister Rose and her sweet smile, she was not angry with us at that moment. Rest of the teachers all were very angry, but Sister Rose gave us a very nice, sweet smile. She didn't say a word, she didn't say anything, but that smile, you know, made us feel really nice.
Yes, Namrata, about her selfless nature, I remember an incident in school. All of us had to take turns in carrying the debris from the old demolished building when the new centenary building was being built. And Sister Rose was the only teacher who helped us to do it, actually.
Yes, Harshi, bang on, you're right about it. She was a most kind-hearted teacher. I also remember that we met her last year in July, and that was after a gap of nearly 22 years. And we were all pleasantly surprised that she remembered not only our first names but our maiden surnames too. She had a sharp memory. I still remember very clearly when she was not in school and she had gone for her vows away for a few months, we really missed her presence. On a lighter side, she was a very gifted teacher. She turned the classroom into a magical place where a lot of our creative talents came up. I for one can say in my entire education, she was the only teacher who inspired me to sketch caricatures. We wish you, Sister Rose, all the very best for your second innings in life, and I'm sure it's going to be more glorious than your first innings. Thank you.
On 29th November 1987, she was finally professed. She believed in dedicating her life selflessly to the service of those regardless of their station in life. She had to face a very crucial stage in her life when she underwent a major surgery, but her ardent and faithful devotion to Mother Mary made her rise like a phoenix, and immediately after that she took charge as the headmistress of St. Mary's in the year 1997. Mrs. Achama George, a former colleague of Sister Rose, recollects the memories of her days with Sister.
It is my pride and privilege to speak a few words about Sister Rose, who was my colleague, then my headmistress, and now a very good friend of mine. Our acquaintance at St. Mary's ripened into a sweet friendship. Now it is a joy for me to go down through the memory lane and relive my days at St. Mary's. I picture St. Mary's as a beautiful garden with a lot of rare flowers, some blooming, others bloomed, and therein lies Sister Rose, as unique as a rose flower, radiating sweet fragrance of humility and simplicity, a very rare quality in this pomp-oriented world of power and position. As a headmistress, she is no doubt very efficient. She has been able to execute her duties to the best of her abilities, doing her best for all the students at St. Mary's. And now, as the sun goes down from the crimson horizon of her tenure as a headmistress, I wish her very happy days ahead. And all that I can say today is, may the good Lord shower his abundant blessings upon her and keep her in good health to continue her work according to the will of God.
The greater the genius, the more simple and common the man. There is no better way to define Sister Rose. She had clarity of thought, coupled with precision and elegance of expression. She took every opportunity she had, both in her capacity as headmistress and a servant of the Lord, to walk in the footsteps of Saint Magdalene of Canossa, who tried to reach out as far and wide she could to make Jesus known and loved. Sister Rose can never encounter the tears of anyone, especially those pained by penury. Mr. Tony Fernandez, a close an ex-PTA president of St. Mary's and a philanthropist, speaks about his association with her.
My association with St. Mary's Convent began when I was started my career schooling days in St. Mary's from the LKG, and it continued since my parents also, my mother also studied there, my sisters and my daughter also studied there. At the time my daughter was studying in the school, I was the PTA president thanks to Sister Lona. And it was Sister Lonan who introduced me to Sister Rose, whom I understand is now retiring from service. If I have to talk about her, she was very passionate in whatever she did. Her full aim was to uplift the poor. She particularly was concerned about the poor children whom she had under her care. Besides this, she was also very fond of music. Every school year, when it opens, I used to donate some money. She used to take money for the underprivileged children who couldn't afford a shoe or a uniform. And her main concern was about children actually. I wish Sister all the best in her retired life. I'm sure she'll be in contact with us.
It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. As an educator, she made a difference for reaching each child to become the next great. In fact, her period witnessed the best manifestation of faith and belief among the students. The Marian Chimes, a hymn book, was compiled and printed by her to help the students learn and sing hymns during Mass. Miss Alina Rodriguez, an alumni of the school, pours out her love for Sister Rose.
Inspiration is a breath we take in, nourishing and sustaining us. Sister Rose Keelath is the very essence of these words. She has an aura of light around her that all are drawn towards this light. Yes, she is a light that brightens the Marian kingdom. She is a great teacher, a loving mother to all the Marians. For every child who says, "I'm not smart enough, I don't get it, I can't," Sister Rose is always there saying, "You can." She is always working with us, building a better future for all of us, each child at a time, even when it seems like no one is watching.
Sister Rose fully gave in to the conviction of Saint Magdalene of Canossa that to grow as a person, it was necessary to grow as a Christian and vice versa to grow as a woman. She always tried to instill this basic value into her students. It was Sister Rose who defined the purpose of the school clubs, not just as models, but active ones. The house captain of the school, Miss Sandra Satish, will tell us how Sister Rose has influenced her.
Reverend Sister Rose Keelath, our beloved headmistress, the backbone of our institution, the captain of our ship. Our dear sister is always there behind us in all our efforts. To our dear sister, we dedicate all our achievements. A noble leader and a mighty executor, she provides us with the proper impetus and deeds of encouragement in all our endeavors. Her prayers and deeds have always led the school and students to the path of success. Her intense love and belief in Mother Mary has always been a guiding factor in the development of our school. On behalf of all the students, I extend my deep love and gratitude to our dear Reverend Sister Rose Keelath. I also wish her a happy, contented, peaceful and healthy retired life, and at the same time I convey her all my love and gratitude to our dearest headmistress, Reverend Sister Rose Keelath.
Sister Rose left her impress on many achievements of the school, renovated the school, its campus, keeping up with its old tradition and culture. She did umpteen endeavors for the upliftment of the school and to enrich it academically and morally. Mr. Ravindranath, our ex-PTA president, reminisces his experiences with her.
At the outset itself, I wish to thank the management
and the teacher of St. Mary's Anglican and Girls High School for remembering me and giving me this rare privilege to speak a few words about a personality whom I hold in high esteem. During my long tenure as the PTA president of this illustrious institution, I was able to see her work at close quarters. In whatever she does, there is a sense of sophistication about it. During her tenure as the headmistress of St. Mary's, many developmental activities took place. Her farsightedness and her futuristic vision is something still that makes me look at her in awe. She renovated the science lab, 2 computer labs were opened, and my dear friends, on the terrace of the school building, she made a tiled roofing which was useful for the students for their extracurricular activities. On the date of retirement, my family joins with me in wishing a peaceful, happy, retired life to Reverend Sister Rose Keelath. Thank you.
A great visionary, philanthropist, humanist, and perfectionist, Sister Rose continues to spread fragrance in the garden of St. Mary's. Her journey doesn't end here. She has miles and miles to go, fulfilling God's wish, for God has called her name aloud to search for fresh pastures new, to sow the word of God and to see His kingdom flourish on earth. The staff and students of St. Mary's pray to God to bless her and wish her every rough spot be smooth and every difficulty before her be easy, for the greatest gifts in life, behold, as a new dawn of each day unfolds. Let her tomorrows sparkle with stars from above. Let the journey continue.
സ്നേഹത്തിൻ നിറകുടമേ അറിവിന്റെ അക്ഷയഖനിയേ ജീവിതം പ്രാർത്ഥനയാക്കിയ സ്നേഹനിധേ എന്നെന്നും നിന്നെ നമിച്ചിടുന്നു ഞങ്ങളെന്നെന്നും നിന്നെ വണങ്ങിയിടുന്നു മലർവാടിയാകുമീ പാഠശാലയിൽ സ്നേഹത്തിൻ സൗരഭ്യം നീ ചൊരിഞ്ഞു പുഷ്പങ്ങളായിരം പൂത്തുവിടർന്നാലും വാടാത്ത മലരായി നീ എന്നും ഞങ്ങൾ തൻ ഹൃത്തിൽ വിടർന്നിടുന്നു പുണ്യമാതാവിൻ്റെ അങ്കണത്തിൽ നീ കുഞ്ഞു കരങ്ങളെ ഓമനിച്ചു നീറുന്ന ഹൃദയത്തിൻ സാന്ത്വനമായി സൗഹൃദത്തിൻ കരസ്പർശമായി മനതാരിൽ വിളങ്ങിടുന്നു പിഞ്ചു കരങ്ങളിൽ ഉജ്ജ്വലമാ അക്ഷരദീപം തെളിച്ചവൾ നീ നിൻ സൗമ്യ സാമിത്യ മധുനുകരുന്ന ചിത്രശലഭങ്ങളായി ഞങ്ങൾ പനിനീർപ്പൂവേ നീ എന്നുമേ വിദ്യാലയത്തിൻ സുഗന്ധം